Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, NASA's Mars rover runs a marathon, a B-52 bomber will take up some space at AirVenture, and the FAA says airliners need better go-around training. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited, I'm Ashley Hale. There was no tape draped across the finish line, but NASA is celebrating a win. The agency's Mars Exploration Rover Opportunity completed its first Red Planet Marathon last week of 26.219 miles. Its time from start to finish was roughly 11 years and 2 months. It's reported that the rover team at JPL plans a marathon-length relay run at the laboratory next week to celebrate. The long-lived rover surpassed the marathon mark during a drive of 153 feet. Last year, Opportunity became the long-distance champion of all off-Earth rovers when it topped the previous record set by the former Soviet Union's Lunokhod 2 moon rover. Somehow we can't help but feel this story could be the basis for a great plot on the popular TV show The Big Bang Theory. We at ANN invite JPL to send us a video of the laboratory relay run. But all kidding aside, we commend them on this achievement. The EAA has already announced a number of spectacular aircraft that are planned to show up at AirVenture 2015. And now they tell us that we'll have a chance to stomp around a Boeing B-52 Stratofortress bomber. The Stratofortress is celebrating its 60th year in service, and this marks the first time a B-52 will be on the ground display during the event. The aircraft is from the U.S. Air Force Reserve's 93rd Bomb Squadron of the 307th Bomb Wing, based at Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana. It's scheduled to be on display at the Showcase Boeing Plaza area throughout AirVenture Week. EAA's Rick Larson said, quote, "It's only fitting that on the B-52's 60th anniversary of active military service that it comes to Oshkosh and, for the first time, will be on ground display for the world's aviation enthusiasts to see up close," end quote. After the break, the FAA says go-around procedures need special training.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
AML's patent-pending wireless induction charging system eliminates confusion over those charging cables, cuts down cockpit cable clutter, and allows you and your passengers to fly cordless and eliminate the cable nightmare. www.aviationmodificationleaders.com.
The KSN 770 is an affordable, WAS-enabled integrated MFD with a flexible hybrid user interface from Bendix King. Get your fingers on the 770's perfect blend of touchscreen and hard buttons. Easily control your GPS navigation, Navcom, weather, traffic, and terrain in any condition. For more information, go to bendixking.com.
Welcome back. If you'd like to be a supporter of Airborne Unlimited, send an email to jim@aero-news.net. The FAA has issued a safety alert for operators, encouraging air carriers to incorporate scenario-based go-around training into their pilot training curricula. The issue at hand is a phenomenon known as somatogravic illusion. This is a case where what the eyes see and the balance system of the inner ear feels don't coincide. In a go-around situation, when the aircraft is accelerated with low visibility, the inner ear senses tells the pilot that the aircraft has pitched up. In fact, it's a false sense, and it's extremely important that the pilot rely on the aircraft instruments for pitch-up information. The FAA issued SAFO recommends that air carriers train pilots with realistic scenarios of low visibility go-arounds at various weights and go-arounds after a bounced landing. It also recommends ground training regarding the issue of somatogravic illusion. Every Tuesday, we're going to look ahead at some of the more interesting events in the aviation universe. Here's this week's Aero-Calendar. If it's been a while since you've been an active pilot and need to knock off a little rust, on April 4th, AOPA is offering their free Rusty Pilot program at Palm Springs International Airport. April 7th through the 20th marks the largest Caribbean group flying event organized in collaboration with Caribbean countries hosting the event. It takes place at Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and is the safest, most efficient way to learn to fly in the Caribbean. The 58th Annual Aircraft Electronics Association International Convention and Trade Show is scheduled April 8th through the 11th in Dallas, Texas. If you can't make it there yourself, tune in to ANN for live daily coverage of this major event. The second annual Texas STOL Roundup is scheduled in Llano, Texas, April 10th through the 12th. Aircraft from several categories will be entered into this event, and you can either participate or just enjoy the fun. On-site camping is available. After these messages, European carriers adopt the rule of two.
Since the early days of powered flight, pilots have struggled with landing in crosswinds. In fact, crosswinds and wind gusts cause more landing accidents than fog, thunderstorms, and icing combined. That's where the Redbird X-Wind SE comes in. By placing pilots in gusty crosswind conditions for extended periods of time, the X-Wind SE gives instructors all the time they need to teach the pilot the proper techniques for landing in crosswind conditions. For more information on Redbird X-Wind SE and Redbird's entire line of flight training devices, visit www.redbirdflightsimulation.com.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we've summarized some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. Lufthansa Group said in a statement late last week that it's adopting a rule of two for aircraft cockpits across all of its carriers. It's been reported that other European carriers are also adopting the rule of two. An RAF Chinook that was significantly damaged in a hard landing is being brought back to life by Vector Aerospace. Vector Aerospace has experience and expertise in Chinook heavy maintenance, and they're saving the badly damaged Chinook from the scrap heap. Airline industry travel groups have joined together to support efforts by Airlines for America to oppose a proposed doubling of the passenger facility charge, known as the airport tax. They claim airport operators already have enough sources for money. Bell Helicopter will display its full-size mock-up of the Bell V-280 Valor tiltrotor aircraft at the 2015 Army Aviation Mission Solutions Summit in Nashville, Tennessee this week. The V-280 mock-up will be shown in both attack and utility configurations. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's move on to the rest of the news. Once again, the No UAV Fly Zone sign has been hung out. The town of Summerville, South Carolina, has declared its annual Flowertown Festival a no-fly zone for UAVs. A notice posted at the festival site says that the police chief, at the direction of the mayor and acting town administrator, has issued a rule for the 2015 Flowertown Festival that deems the use of UAVs as a potential risk to public safety and property, and their use is prohibited over the festival grounds while the festival is in progress. Violators of the UAV flight restrictions could end up with either 30 days in the slammer or a fine of $500. No one knows if this has the blessing of the FAA or not, or if they even bothered to ask. Well, that's our program for Monday, March 31st. Remember to get comprehensive real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Remember, Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily, Monday through Friday. Please join us in a growing roster of over 100 outstanding industry associations and organizations every weekday for the best in aviation and aerospace news. And before I forget, remember that tomorrow is April 1st, and that no one here takes any responsibility for the crazy things that you might see. Hint, hint. I'm Ashley Hale. Thanks for watching.